Hello there, welcome to Alchemize Yourself Tarot. We're doing a manifestation check-in and looking to the cards to see if you're actually building a skill or doing the work. Right now, many of you are needing to find a good middle ground of work and life balance if you want to complete your goal. So you are reaching completion, but you don't want to burn yourself out. Here we have the rainbow spider, and I love the spider symbol when it comes to manifesting, because this is about learning how to balance responsibilities, prioritizing your task, carefully multitasking to maintain order and flow of the situation. In order to expand on your resources, apply yourself in ways you may not have needed to before. Consider planning and organizing your time more effectively, or creating a budget to determine what resources you have at your disposal. Make no mistake, time is a valuable resource, just as valuable as money. When you do the work, you can level up relatively quickly. Productivity is key, and productivity is heavily reliant on good time management. Extend this balance to your body and ensure you cultivate healthy habits. Learn to move gracefully, feel harmony, and understand your strengths and your limitations. Investing time and energy into matters of the home and family benefits everyone, and connecting with the natural flow of things both within and without leads to better outcomes at this time. So yeah, with the World card, you are really determined to complete your goal, because the world is all about completion. But it takes work, right? Saturn is about discipline, struggle, challenges, like overcoming challenges. And I feel like your most important thing is not burning yourself out. Yes, doing the work, working hard, but also taking care of yourself at this time. So this is about building the skill or avoiding the hard part. Many of you are doing the hard part, or you're moving into that energy of actually, if you want a goal, you're going to have to put it into action. You can't sit back and wait for manifestations to happen. You have to do that work. So you're gaining that understanding. And yeah, I like it. I'm just going to lay out all the cards at once, because these cards are sticky when they shovel. Yeah, we have the Tower. Ooh, something could need to be removed. Some of you are having to remove an old foundation in order to manifest this new beginning. So this could be blockages that need to be removed. Somebody, an existing structure or foundation that's no longer working for you. The current level of mastery is, wow, the Hierophant. So many of you have spent a lot of time learning the spiritual aspect of what you're trying to manifest, because we're in a spiritual space here. You're learning about how the energy works, you're learning about ritual, you're considering your belief system. A lot of manifestation and creation is based on belief and patterns. And the Hierophant, Taurian energy, is about earth, right? Actually doing that work. But sometimes you have to really change your thought patterns and beliefs in order to get to your goal. That's like the first part of it. And this could be spiritual development. You want to be more tuned in and knowledgeable. Many of you are looking to teachers, to tarot, to wisdom, to guidance, any of those tools. So, I also look at the Hierophant as educating yourself in order to tap into your life purpose, in order to create that. So creating a belief system, a work ethic as well as what I'm getting. So it's not just about the belief. I mean, you can believe and visualize all day long, but if you're not doing that actual physical, material, earthly work, you find yourself getting stagnant. So this is about belief. You're really strong in your belief. The skill you're needing to develop, not just wanting to develop, but what are you needing? 10 of Wands, yeah, this is all about burden and burnout. 10 of Wands is when you're doing too much all at once. That's where the balance comes in, keeping yourself healthy. Also, this could be about removing burdens. Could be that you're carrying other people, other responsibilities. 10 of Wands is about closing out cycles of overextending yourself. There's nothing wrong with being a humanitarian and caring about people and taking care of people. But when you're not getting your work accomplished, this can really feel burdensome and heavy. Like you're not making progress, because a lot of times you have a lot of fire and ambition at first, and then you realize you may have help. So sometimes you need to be able to collaborate, have other people help you in some way. That's why you're seeking this guidance. You're seeking, answers to how to deal with closing out a cycle of overwork. Could be that you've completed a cycle of doing things for other people, and now it's time to focus on yourself or whatever it is you're trying to manifest or create. Now, this is where you're lacking discipline. Yeah, the patience. 7 of Pentacles is all about having patience, being willing to cultivate it, water it, nurture something, and watching it grow. You can't have results if you're not willing to do that work. 7 of Pentacles teaches you patience. It's also about being willing to edit and rework, evaluate something. Paying attention to the details. And this image is somebody like really delicately doing something, being very dedicated to a task, being meticulous, willing to change it. Because after the 7 of Pentacles, you're able to be in that 8 of Pentacles, like really moving forward, really seeing progress in your work. But sometimes there is an element of reevaluating the details. Now, this is where you're being a little impatient, Death. Yeah, it takes process to change. Transformation is not something that comes easily. So you're going through a death and rebirth cycle, and it takes time. You can often see the death card as the caterpillar turning into the butterfly metaphor, where it's like it does take time for that caterpillar to eat, then build the cocoon, then liquefy, and then transform. Metamorphosis takes time, and it takes being willing to move through those stages of growth. A lot of people give up before they're willing to move through the stages, tending to the details, knowing that it's, and also sometimes upheaval happens really quickly, and at other times endings take time, So being patient with yourself. Like, let's say even you're trying to change your body, so you're working out more or losing weight. It takes time. That can take a good year or two before you really see. I mean, realistically, we're promised all these quick fixes and quick results. But really, a lot of the people that have your dream body or their dream body, it took a long time to get to that point. It was not within a month or two, right? Those sculpted bodies many times take years to accomplish. A lot of working out, a lot of ups and down. Growth is not linear. It is a series of ups and downs. So do you really believe that this is what you want? Because it's so important. If you don't really want something, you're not going to be putting in that work. You have to want it bad enough. You have to be willing to completely transform your life. And you'll have people that sell you quick results or spells or blah, 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 magic. But really, it's all about work. Aligned action. What you must study deeply. So where are you needing to get more information? Ten of Cups. I'm getting that you need more information on what you actually want your life to look like. What is happiness to you? Every time I see the Ten of Cups, it's like, what is this new phase of your life looking like? Because many times you spend whole cycles, you're supposedly in the Ten of Cups, the family, the ultimate fulfillment and partnership, but many times that's a heavy burden. It's not easy to accomplish that. You're having to be responsible for other people. So sometimes you're having to evaluate, Ten of Cups, happiness in a relationship or with a family, that can actually be a lot of responsibilities where it's a lot more to juggle. So some of you are deciding and trying to figure out what makes you happy and completing out cycles where maybe something didn't make you happy, or you're realizing that your beliefs have changed. So you're studying maybe how other people obtained happiness. You could be looking at biographies, how-to stories. You're looking to see how other people did it. So you may even be gaining inspiration at this time. That's something you're studying is, that's the life I would like to have. But keep in mind, just because, something looks very happy on the outside, externally, and appearances, a lot of times it takes a lot of hard work. It takes a lot of hard work to be married and have a family and have a career. A lot of times the messy work behind the scenes, you're seeing the end, the destination, the end goal. You're not seeing all the hard work it took to get there. So just keep that in mind. Or like the dream body example, it's like you're not necessarily, some people chart their progress, but you're not necessarily going to see how messy and hard that was for that person. You're seeing the results of their hard work. So you need to figure out the process of getting those fulfilling results that you want. And the mentor to embody, Five of Swords, these are fighters. These are people that remove obstacles, right? They remove people that are blocking them or not encouraging them. Sometimes you have to really be willing to remove people that are blocking your goals, people that are just stressful, people that want you to put your energy into them. Many of you are reevaluating your relationships with people. Is this person a liability or an asset? And I don't like to put it in that terms. People are people. But if they are just ego, always tearing you down, always making you doubt yourself, always being counterproductive, sometimes you have to get certain people out of your life because they steal energy from you. The more you engage, the more you interact, the more you that's a distraction. That is a burden. That person's not helping you. It'd be like if you owned a business and that person was constantly challenging you or creating, drama in your workplace. That's not going to help your business grow. You have to kind of look at your relationships that way. You have to kind of distance yourself from friends that don't support your goals. or a relationship that doesn't support your goals. Sometimes you have to make some hard decisions about people in your life. And the long-term reward is Page of Wands. You're definitely having a new perspective and a new beginning. You may even find a new way. It's like in this evaluation phase, you might find a new path or discover something new or end up taking your work in a new direction. Sometimes you'll find that you'll be work towards a goal. And then you'll have this aha moment. I'm getting like a light bulb moment where being a new person, moving in a completely new direction. Also, this is about like a return to innocence. The Death card with the Page of Wands, that's like being like childlike curiosity, not taking life so seriously, enjoying the process instead of being stressed with your creative work or your manifestations. Make it fun. Have a fun, creative, playful time with what you're doing. Because sometimes you get, if you're starting to feel burned out on what you're trying to create, you'll forget to have fun. That's the happiness part. Because you're going to become more and more productive just being happy doing what you're doing. And that's like that aha moment, like, oh, this doesn't have to be so hard. I can have fun with this, right? So you're wanting to have fun with what you're doing. That's the wisdom and guidance that you're getting at this time. So avoiding the hard part, isn't it kind of ironic as we've done the spread, it doesn't feel as hard. When you remove certain things and you find different ways of accomplishing your work goals or your workflow, it can be more fun. You're getting more into that flow state. I like that. I like that. For those of you who are really, you know, you're wanting to change your career, your body, your lifestyle, your relationships with people. Yeah, ending some of those heavy karmic cycles is so important. You gotta release all that. Like even in the tarot world, is if you're constantly just, you know, listening to readings that are negative reinforcement, you feel like you're not getting anywhere. You have to break that pattern. What do we have? Rediscover your zeal. Oh yeah, Ten of Wands. Some of you forgot why you started doing. When you've been manifesting something for a long time, sometimes you're reevaluating, you're taking a pause because you forgot what you were doing it for. Pay attention to the passion you are feeling for discovery, learning, exploration, spirituality, travel, your work, or your relationship. Passion and desire go together, especially as inspiration. Yeah, you've got that Page of Wands. That's you rediscovering your playfulness, having fun for your work. It's not about huge doing it all at once. It's about day-to-day habits. Many of you are learning that just enjoying your work day-to-day, making a habit of doing it. Because it's not about just, progress takes time and you have to learn to enjoy it. Enjoy the little details of what you're doing. You have to ritualize it in some way. If you want to change your appearance, you have to, you're not, if it feels heavy, if it feels like too much work, you'll give up. But if you're having fun with it, it's energizing. So rediscover your zeal. Remember why you got started and get rid of these negative people. Diving to new depths. There is deeper meaning to what is happening. You might be looking at this from the surface and missing what is really going on. Take a moment to pause and breathe. Allow yourself to dive deeper into what it is you're feeling about the current situation. So some of you need to reevaluate how your creation or manifestation is making you feel. Why did you start this to begin with? That's when you're going to go through some more and deeper transformations. Gliding through the current with a different approach. You will glide through a situation with grace and ease. Yeah, it'll feel natural. It won't feel like resistance. Going inward and bringing your understanding, perspective, or behavior into flow will help your dreams take flight. Yeah, gliding through and getting back into a flow state with what you're trying to do. Because manifestation is hard work. And on social media, we're just taught like, oh, this is the destination. This is, this is the end goal. We're just not shown how difficult and how much people had to glide through the current and pay attention to things and stay motivated. And it's not just about motivation, it's about habit and ritual, but enjoying that. I know that's probably a repetition, but yeah, enjoying the habit, solidifying it by, being playful. Some of you may have gone too deep, Seven of Pentacles, with that Ten of Wands. We have destiny, devotion. Oh gosh. You don't have to be everywhere to prove your love, and sometimes the highest choice is absence. Choosing yourself isn't selfish, even if others don't understand. You are not here to contort for comfort or perform closeness to make others feel at ease. Let your energy ripple from the quiet places where no one can see you but everyone feels you. You are allowed to love from afar. Some of you are setting boundaries in relationships. You may have some people that demand more out of your time, or they don't understand that you're trying to create something. But you're allowed, if it's creating an imbalance, you don't have to make somebody your whole world. A lot of people make that mistake. They make their partner their entire existence, and it just doesn't work because you're sacrificing yourself. You're making their needs more important than your work. A lot of people that are successful at what they're creating, they set boundaries. It's like a deal breaker. If somebody is coming into their boundary space, they immediately cut people like that out. They do not have time wasters around them. Really goal-oriented, successful people do not have time for energy vampires, time wasters, any of that. And you'll find that your energy lightens when you get rid of those people. So you can love somebody at a distance. What else? Oop. And these will be it. We have 3 more. Midnight spiral. You say you'll go to sleep soon, but the hours slip through your fingers like sand. The quiet of the night becomes a trap. One more episode, one more scroll, one more thought you can't control. You know the cycle and you know the cost. What are you anxiously avoiding in the daylight? Find trust in the surrender and faith that it's working out for your highest good. Some of you are spending way too much time on your phone. Don't we all? Think of all that time. Look at your screen time hours. That's time that you could be spending towards your own goals. Maybe you're not getting enough sleep. You can't create and work out and do your best at your job. That affects your manifestation, not taking care of yourself. time suckage. Resurrection, have you dimmed so others could shine, blending in and shadowing your shine? Do you numb your senses in that magical itch? Magic suppressed becomes unrest. Humming in your bones, stirring in your chest, begging to be resurrected. Your magic will no longer get you burned. It's time to rise and return. Your truth is medicine reborn. Oh yeah, this is about you not dimming your light, you not allowing other people to suck your energy. You know, these people want to dim your light. They don't Five of Swords are people that don't believe in what you're doing. They think it's silly. They don't care. They block it, or they get jealous, right? They expect you to, you know, just always be available. That doesn't work. And the uncaged voice, let sound set you free. Sing, chant, groan, wail, liberate the noises burned beneath your silence. This isn't about melody, it's about medicine. Feel the release as the vibration of your voice cracks open what's been clenched. Let the sound move through you, primal and raw. Scream if you need, moan if you must. Listen to the stillness that follows. That quiet is your truth echoing back. Speak it, sing it, set it free. So some of you are actual singers or musicians. You're meant to use your voice. You're meant to inspire. Spirit wants you to be expressing yourself, however or whatever medium that is. It is a form of expression. And I wish you guys the best of luck. So continue here with me. Like, share, subscribe. I want to go deeper into these mastery skills, the mastery of manifestation. Bye.